Vengeance Super Sport 311A13 here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Super windy day. My apologies. Wind hits the camera, can't help that. But I can share with you some good information on a fifth wheel, and that's why we're here today. So Vengeance is Forest River's most searched fifth wheel online. More people are typing searches for Vengeance toy haulers than anything else made by Forest River. Pretty cool fact, especially considering they're not the oldest member at the table. They're actually one of the young guys, but they're making a huge impression. They're growing a lot of market share every year. This represents the working man's toy hauler. This is the one that's no sass, no nonsense. It's all the critical core stuff. I can absolutely get you one that's a little fancier and flashier. I can get you a Vengeance that's fancier and flashier, as a matter of fact. You know, you're gonna pay for it. But all the core critical stuff is still there, and you're gonna see as we go through. Normally, this one would have an aluminum skin. We have added the true high gloss gel coat to this thing, and that's one of those optional things that may or may not be present on the units we have in stock. This is typically how we're going to equip them. I can't guarantee it every single darn time though. Let's get dug in here. We have the same Vengeance cap as all the other Vengeance members, and this is a big deal. They spend a ton of money on this cap because it's painted. This is a true automotive paint. This is not a color infused fiberglass that is going to get chalky on you. It's painted, it's clear coated, it's going to last just like your car. So you're not going to have that you know, fade problem that a lot of them had in years past. We do tend to generator prep our Vengeances simply due to the fact that, like, to do this from the factory, it's nothing. It's like in the tens of dollars. If you want to do this aftermarket, you basically can't. It's not that it's impossible, it's just that it's really messy to try to strip things down to a skeleton and retro. It's a mess. It's a mess. So we do it from the factory level. If you don't want a generator, no problem. It basically costs you nothing, and you still have storage up front. If you want a generator, now you can do it. This does have an enclosed underbelly. That keep in mind though, because we have added a fuel station back here. If you have a fuel station, the underbelly down there is not enclosed. You cannot enclose a fuel station for fume buildup and fire hazard purposes. They use a textured slide-out sidewall on these, even on the base level here, so that it pulls that steel really tight. So even this base level is as foolproof as it can get, you know, so that you're not looking at the chance of failures. You know, little things I like on these, like there is a little waste hose caddy down there built in the undercarriage automatically from the factory. You could add that aftermarket. It's not a hard item to install, it's not expensive, but now you just don't have to. Now it's just done. That's what I like. The stuff you're going to see and use and touch and feel every day, you'll find on here. Like we did put some nice looking aluminum wheels on this. That's what I like about this. It's definitely, it's gonna save you a lot of money compared to a lot of toy haulers. But if you're a working man, you can still look at this thing hooked up to your truck and go, man, I did good. You know, I mean, you can still be really proud of this going down the road. It's still gonna look good. It is still a wide body too. They didn't try to save money and get cute and cheap by making it, you know, traditional 8 wide. This is still 102 wide body. Big long, same 21-foot Vengeance awning you find on all the Vengeances, because you're gonna use that awning every day. So they weren't willing to take money away from that. This thing is pure function, fashion second. It does still look good though, because we put some skin and some wheels and things on it. But everything on this functions first. We still have a good stereo, so if you're an audiophile like I am, you like to listen to some good tunes, you can do it here. If you add a TV, there's a little bracket you can mount on here that can go inside or outside, so you can have a multi-zone entertainment experience, basically. There is LED lighting under the awning. There's little LED accent lighting inside, these cool little neon blue lights. We've added the patio party deck to this because it is awesome. It has a 1,500 pound capacity in the up position, 3,000 in the down position. What that means is that you and 3 friends sitting around a picnic table out here with a little umbrella, something like that, you're gonna have a great summer. This is going to be so much fun here. Another thing we did, and I purposely curled this little carpet over here so that I would remember to talk about it, kind of like when somebody just ties a string to their finger, you know. We added this little indoor-outdoor carpet right here. It sounds like not a big deal, but what it does is, between adding the carpet, we add the Happy Jack power beds and sofa lift, and we have a roll-down tent screen wall back here. It converts this from just a generic utility-based toy hauler to a sport utility crossover. It can be an extended living room, a bunkhouse, a man cave, a craft room. You know, you can do about anything you want here. You can have your own screened-in 3 Seasons room back here the way we have this thing built. And there is a little table, by the way. I left it stuffed under the master bed just to leave this one open. I do some one way and some the other. I don't know, I like to show you the different options that are out there so you get to see it. This is dovetailed a little bit, so it is not a real heavy angle of attack. You can still get in. There's minimum 9 D-rings in any Vengeance floor. The A13 in this stands for an actual 13-foot garage. It is 13 feet on the nose. It is not like a pretend 13, like a 12.5 or something. This ladder right here you can use for 2 different reasons. You can either use it to get to the upper bunk or the loft bed that's inside that we'll look at in a minute. The other thing I wanted to show you is you do have an entertainment center here in the garage as well. This bracket probably looks familiar. We just looked at it outside. You mount a little TV to this thing. It just slots down in there. You plug the cords in. You can take your entertainment anywhere you want, anytime you want. Little neat thing. I like that their switches are backlit. If you're trying to slap around the wall at night because you're tired looking for a switch, this one's easy. As we come inside here, I'm going to go ahead and close the garage door behind me. Oops, set the ladder in the way. It was doing a good job of not letting that door close. I am going to close this door just because natural sunlight, once you're inside, doesn't play very... Oh, yeah, that's right. This has a friction spring door. You can push it, and with all that wind that's whipping around, it doesn't slam shut unless you really pull on it. So we've got all LED lights, and what's nice is they're all on one switch, because this thing is tall. There's no way you're going to be reaching up there looking, you know, trying to flick light switches. Again, we have that little LED accent lights. You'll find those in a couple different positions depending on the model you're looking at in a Vengeance. The decors don't change much. I think this one's technically called Mocha, but the difference between, what are they called, Mocha, Godiva, something like that, they're all dark brown. You know, they're all pretty much the same, so you can have any color you like as long as it's black, just like Henry Ford in the Model T? A? Ah, crap, I just screwed myself up. I messed up my historical reference. Perhaps you'll forgive me and continue to tune in. The U-dinette, we like to add these big drawers because what a ton of storage, and how easy is it to get to that now? The storage comes to you. I like storage that comes to me. It's easier. This is a member of the Cherokee family, and one of the things they've recently done is they've swapped over to a true wood table. This is not a press board Formica table. It's wood. It's stronger. It's lighter. It does cost a little more. It's a better product. The reason they did this is because more and more people are sleeping on their dinettes. They kind of faded away from that in years past. Now it's kind of coming back in a little bit. Well, over those pressboard tabletops, they bend and they bow as people lay on them. This is not going to do that to the same degree. Now, because these slides are so tall, they're like 7'6" tall slide outs or something, you have these huge scenic viewing windows. And all of your slides here, or your windows in the living area, have these nice wooden blinds. You can actually clean them. I like that because you can clean them where you can't easily clean a lot of other blinds. Big floor-to-ceiling pantry, and it is floor-to-ceiling. Now, this loft up here, if you're not going to use it for sleeping, use it for an attic. You know, it's got a little access ladder. You get there when you need it and leave it alone when you don't. It's awesome that way. It's again, it's a crossover sport utility vehicle. It can do whatever you need to do. The big cabinet storage continues through the kitchen here. You see how tall those are. Yeah, you're going to need a 2 or 3 step to get to those for sure. Big single basin sink, which is becoming very popular here. Some folks like it, some don't. I personally like it because I can clean big stuff in it. And with the big shepherd's hook here, style faucet, as well as that pull-out sprayer, it is easy to get in there. We do have big kitchen drawers. I like that they give you 2 big instead of 3 little. One, it's just different. I like that. But 2, I can put like big flashlights and stuff in there. We have a convection microwave. That's standard here, even in the Vengeance Super Sport series, which is, again, the working man's affordable toy hauler series. They still have a nice convection oven. You know, they still have the glass flush countertop. Stove cover, that's the word I was using. There was smoke coming out of my ears for a minute there, I swear. So, we have put a little TV in here. It can move around so that, again, you can have TV different areas and different viewing angles and things like that. This is a Bluetooth-enabled stereo, fun little system. And hey, if you're seizure prone, I wouldn't watch this video right now because it's probably not going to be healthy for you. Moving upstairs, I like the fact there's no step up around the bed. That's a big thing for me because I'm tall and I don't like hitting my head on stuff. And holy crap, window. Look at this giant window in here. Windows are really expensive, guys. But that big window, what it's letting us do is keep this thing, like, I don't have the lights on in here. I don't need the lights on in the bedroom of this fifth wheel because it's nice and bright. We have a big, big window there. And we have outlets on both sides of the bed in case you need to charge phones or run, you know, CPAPs, whatnot. Once again, multiple zone TV entertainment system there. We can swing that around wherever we want. The bathroom you can get to either here from the hallway or from the bedroom. I probably should have picked the other direction because now you're going to get to see part of my coat in the mirror. The big sink here lets you also actually wash your hands. I have a camper. I go camping. And my bathroom in my little camper has a small sink. And yes, I can still wash my hands, and it's not like it's impossible. But there's always water around the sink. Maybe I'm just messy. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. But, you know, this big sink, it's just contained. It's cleaner. It's easier. It's more comfortable and convenient. It's, you know, here's the best way I can describe it. The sink in my little camper is like when you take a bowl and fill it full of too much cereal and then you add milk in it, and every time you put your spoon in, some of the cereal starts to fall out. That's the sink in my camper. This is the big bowl where the cereal doesn't pour out. Makes sense. Again, a member of the Cherokee family, something that they're really known for is having the biggest medicine cabinets in their classes. And this one is another good example of that. Your lights throughout the whole thing are LED, even here in the bathroom, and you can see that they are bright and they do make a heck of a difference. They put a second medicine cabinet here you can use as a little linen space. And man, I love the floor space in this bathroom. It's a big pet peeve of mine. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you hear me talk about getting dressed in the bathroom of your camper. A lot of them you cannot. And this one, you obviously can. A big clumsy guy like me, I'm not going to smack my head on the countertop over here because I'm trying to put on a pair of jeans because I want to go out with some friends or something. You know, it's just not an issue. And that's what I like about this. It's affordable. It's simple, but it's very well executed. Everything makes sense. They use good components where you find them. You know, it just makes sense the way they put this together. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, stay safe, happy camping.